Welcome to today's Fast Track episode of The Growth Zone. My name is Christian Bartsch, and these episodes provide you with a focused, mind-feeding topic. You can use it to have some new ideas to guide you through the day. Let's get started on today's topic. So in today's episode, we are looking at sales alone do not make a corporate a profitable investment. So you are investing with a massive threshold in a business, whether it's a corporate, it's a big startup, some very special business, and it's costing you millions. You're putting millions in the business. Maybe you have 20, 25, or even 80% share of that business. And you are becoming impatient, dissatisfied with what's happening, then you have to look whether it is really a good idea to have your money in. Of course, in certain cases, you can exit by selling your shares and other things, but if you cannot easily exit because nobody other wants to buy your shares, then you have to see how can you really get the business back on track, because that's theoretically the only option left, other than, of course, closing the business. And if your other shareholder isn't willing to close the business, you have a problem and you have to fix that problem. And in some cases, you need help from outside. But nevertheless, before getting help from outside, you must be yourself as well aware what you actually want to accomplish. What is the goal of the business and what's the market doing? Maybe you need even advice from outside and other kind of market trends, or even looking at what the business is doing, what are the opportunities. The reality is most market research businesses in different areas, they can research in the market, provide us a lot of information, and we get massively overburdened with all sorts of shiny objects. I've been reading all different kind of trend analysis the last few weeks, and it's just crazy. There's so much happening in the world. Hey, this is a huge place that we're living on. Many people are inventing lots of new stuff. People are providing new services, new companies. Companies are being merged, other companies are being bought, and others are going bust. But the market is changing. People are changing in their habits, buying and spending money, or buying products, or using services, or even buying products and selling services. So, of course, if people can't go out somewhere, they have to somehow spend the money in some other kind of way. And that's the core thing. Sales alone is not the way to make profit for a business. And the bigger the business, the more you must be aware of how slowly a corporate usually will move. But there's a way to get a corporate really running. You have to go in it and cut and change. The thing is, most leaders in these organizations, they have grown with the organization. It's like part of the family. But if you're part of the family, you can't go and cut and axe around and cut businesses, reduce staff, and even change the organization in a massive way that the business is able to survive and grow and eventually create a new set of jobs. Because of course at a certain time a company might have to cut 50 jobs, 100, 1,000, 5,000 jobs. But if it goes 6 months later and is able to create the double amount of jobs it lost, then that's a good way for the future. Because a business consists of some very important resources. One is often money. Of course, we all need money. But secondly are humans. It's the people who are taking the decisions. It's the people who are doing the tough work that's sometimes necessary. Some are doing the clean work. Some others are doing the dirty work. That's how business is. You need anyone in a business. And even if you are an airline, you have those who are moving their heavy suitcases. That's a tough job. And you need as well the people who have a friendly face and are being very kind to the people who are boarding the plane. You have the competent pilots who are flying the plane and landing it even when it's the most horrible weather and side winds going at you. They know how to do it and they're the best at that job. And then they're the ones who must make sure that the business is profitable so that everybody at the end of the month can pay their bills and live a decent living. And therefore, you have to go through every department of your organization. Whether it's your small, medium-sized business or a big corporate, you have to go through every department, check out what they're doing, how they're doing it, and finding ways to increase profitability, increase efficiency, cut costs, reduce unnecessary latencies, inefficiencies, inabilities, or even bureaucracy. Sometimes organizations are even suffering from departments who are actually trying to sabotage each other. If you find this kind of situation, you might even have to reduce headcount massively, and there are certain strategies that you can go and use. They are, of course, uncomfortable for you if you are maybe the owner, the CEO of the business. It is not popular. But let's be clear, if you're trying to restructure business to get it back to profitability, it is not a likability contest. You're trying to save jobs in the long term. So you have to cut costs and maybe cut headcount in certain areas, not in every. Just purely cutting headcount without any logic and any reasoning doesn't make any point. And it's not going to help you because it's like having planes with no pilots. The stewardess can't fly your plane, but a pilot can fly the plane without a stewardess, theoretically. Safety, of course, is a different thing, but if you have, let's say, a cargo plane, you don't need stewardesses. Then you can just go and take the plane from A to B, and somebody else sees to the removal of the cargo at the airport of destination. In other areas of business, then you will see as well other kind of opportunities that you might have. Let's say you are an internet service provider and you are suffering of inefficiencies. You're wasting so much time with your security infrastructure and you're really getting burned down because you're noticing one risk comes after other and it's costing you money, and all the time you're having to hire more people, you have to buy more equipment, pay more license fees, and so on and so on. And then when something really happens nasty and somebody attacks your organization, it cripples your organization. You get customer complaints, customers cancel their contracts and sue you, and so on and so on. Nothing very nice because it is not customer friendly and it's not business friendly in the bottom line. So you have to see as well, how can I improve security, cut my costs, cut my risk exposure as well. So that's something that you, of course, need to look at with your accountants, with your technical staff, your strategy staff, your salespeople and your marketing people to see how you can reorganize your internet service provider products and services and offerings to increase the profitability while reducing the risk that you have in your business at the moment. This is an economic time where you have to streamline your business. And streamlining doesn't just mean cutting costs, sacking people. Sometimes it might even mean hiring people. Yes, you heard. Hiring the right people at the right time. And that means definitely, even if it costs you more, in the long term, the right people at the right place are going to save you money, increase your profitability, and help you take the business to the next level without losing the business. And that's one of the key things that usually are the weaknesses of corporations. They buy into so many businesses that eventually they are not able to manage them. They are so complex, so diverse, and so diverse different markets that they are in, that it becomes just a blindness in the organization, and it's just wasting money, burning money, month after month, and then they're needing to refinance themselves, and they add millions of debts. They get from millions from all sorts of banks, and eventually they have 500 million, 800 million, $1 billion, $2 billion, and so on. And if they have like a debt of $2 billion and they just have like an assets of maybe 40 million, that's a crazy allocation of assets in comparison to debt. And then look at that, and they're supposed to maybe repay it in the next 5 years. The revenue can't bring that. It can't somehow work. So you have to change things. You have to change the organization, change the offerings, change the technology, the infrastructure. Everything that you're doing, you have to reorganize, realign, and get back into an objective of being productive, profitable, and increasing revenue, cash on hand, and cash flow coming in and staying in. But you have to do it in a sensible way. There are ways to do that, and we'll be talking in the next episodes further detail as we go step by step down how to realize that you need to restructure business in a smart way, not in a crazy way. I hope you enjoyed the Fast Track edition of today. I would like to invite you to follow our show so that you don't miss the upcoming interviews with leaders in the market. Simply visit the website follow.prmediareach.com. I will be adding the link also to the description of this episode so that you just need to click on that link. The link is follow.prmediareach.com. follow.prmediareach.com. You can follow me also on Twitter by using the Twitter handle CAPBarch. So it's spelled CAPBARTSCH. Or for those who are into sailing and flying, Charlie Alpha Papa Bravo Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra Charlie Hotel. Yes, that's CAP Barge. See you soon, or hear you soon in the next episode. And please share as well this episode if you've enjoyed it and would like to let others have the opportunity to use it as well to get new ideas and insights.